feeling despondent, but you also trust in God. Most of the time, it happens when you really want to pursue something, even it's like a job or a hobby, and you're like, God, you know that I want to do this. You know that I have the passion, I have the heart for it, like, I have the drive for it. But then you don't see like God doing anything in your life, like they push you towards that. It's kind of like you kind of like at a standstill, you know? It's like you want to be a dancer, you love dancing, like that's like your passion. It's just like that's like your life. And you're like, God, like you pray into God, like, God, I I want to be a dancer, like I want to be like a big star. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I know I'm leaving it in your hands. My life is in your hands, and I'm trusting you with it. And it's kind of tricky because, like, you, if you lean on your own understanding by doing your own thing and not letting God, you know, lead you towards what you have to be doing, then it does go wrong. So you want to be a dancer, but then you want to start, doing different auditions, for different shows and so on and so forth. But that wasn't God's plan. So kind of, on understanding, you're like, you know what, now I think I can do this. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna ask God if it's the right thing. I'm just gonna do it. And then when you do that, most of the time you would fail. It won't go through. Then you'll feel again despondent and be like, okay. Then God will basically tell you like that was not part of my plan. I don't know why you're doing auditions. Maybe you want to be a dancer on TV, but God knows in your heart you will be a performer on Broadway, like that dancing, you know what I mean? You don't know it yet, but you think you know what you need, but God knows what you need, and God knows the person you are going to become. And yeah, it's difficult in that sense, and it's even difficult when you don't know what you want to do with your life. Like, God, here's my life. Yeah, take it. Like, I don't know what to do with it. Take it. Um, you know my heart. You know what I need. Take it. You give it to him, and then you go now do something else because it's not in God's plan. In your own understanding, and then God is like, okay, that's not gonna work out. I didn't tell you to do that, so why are you doing it? It's not gonna work out. Doesn't work out. You're like, okay, God, what must I do? God, silent. You don't hear from him, get no signs, and then you read in your Bible, you're like, what's happening? What's happening? Nothing is happening. And then you get frustrated. Then you're like, okay, breathe. The devil wants you to be frustrated. He wants you to lose faith. And it's so frustrating when you reach to the point where it's like, I need to do something with my life, and I don't have the green light to do anything that I thought I should be doing. And then God takes years to actually give you the sign like, okay, you can actually do that. That's part of my plan. God can test you for years, until it actually be like, you know what, no? The reason why I let you wait so long is because you weren't ready to do it at that time. You've got the skills now that you've gained over 5 years. You've got the right circle of friends. You're in the right mind space. You are fully mind, soul, and heart within Christ. So now you can pursue what you have to do. You don't understand why you have to wait for so long, but God knows why. So if you don't know what you're doing with your life, and it might take years for God to actually tell you what you should be doing, and you don't want to do something else because God knows if you do something else, then you're kind of doubting God. But God knows you're someone that can't sit still, they have to do something. So, what I recommend you trying is to Find a community in church. Try to change your mindset when it comes to it needs to happen now. I can't wait. It has to happen now. God's not going to let it happen now, mainly because you are not ready for it to happen now. If you had to do what you think you have to do, you won't be ready. You won't be able to actually be mentally strong for that. That's why God is like, He pushes you away from what you think you should be doing. Then He does push you to what you should be doing. He knows our life. He created our future when we were born. Before we were even a thought, actually. He was like, you know what, Leigh, you are going to spread the word on social media. You are going to spread the word in person. You are going to be that person. I thought I was going to become something in tourism because I studied tourism and business studies, right? I thought I would become like, I thought my social media friends would be something different, like the trendy lifestyle stuff like that. But God didn't call me to do that. Like for me to preach the word, I never thought I'd actually do this. And I'm doing it and I love it, you know? I don't know what else He has planned for me. And it is difficult to wait and not hear Him, but He is listening and He's not avoiding you, He is listening to you. And He just want to see how much faith and trust you have in Him by waiting. So I actually want to read a few Bible verses if you don't mind. I want to read Psalms 34 from verse 18, which says, "The Lord is near to those who is discouraged. He saves those who have lost all hope." And I love this because God didn't say that once you figure it out, then He'll be right there. He said, when you are discouraged, when you at your most fragile state, God is there. He's not there when you figured everything out. No, He's there when you are the most vulnerable because you should be going to Him when you are the most vulnerable. The next verse, I'm not going to ramble too much, guys. I don't want to preach anything. I'm just like, The next Bible verse is Proverbs 13 from verse 12 that says, when hope is crushed, the heart is crushed, but a wish came true fills you with joy. This verse basically says that. Don't feel ashamed of feeling worry. It explains why your heart hurts. When hope feels delayed, the heart gets tired. But God is not surprised by that. He's compassion towards it. So when you do get questioned about the career path that you chose, just say God has a plan for me. And I know that it's not the easiest thing to say to someone that is not a believer. Because in this day and age, you can't be like, oh, it's in God's hands. They can be like, yeah, it's in God's hands, but like, is he gonna, is that gonna take like another year or so? You know, not getting younger, né? You need to like, have like a career and so on. You need to like have kids and a family and so on. But it's like, it's not everyone's desire to have kids or have children. That's not everyone's plan. God doesn't plan for everyone to have like a family. Not everyone is destined to have a family, to build one. So when someone does question you, say with your full chest, because I'm still learning this now, it's in God's hands. Even if you're still waiting 5, 10 years for God to actually give you a sign of what you should be doing, it might be difficult, but just say it's in God's hands. Even if you don't believe it, it's in God's hands. And trust me, He will give you the green light to what you should be doing. He will guide you in the right place. And because you are waiting so long, just remember that just because you waited 5 years meaning that you were weak in your flesh 5 years. You are stronger now. You are leaning towards where God needs you to be. So it might take long, but it will be worth it. I am still trying to believe that saying, the wait will be worth it. Especially if you don't see results. I know it's frustrating, but you need to continue to pray about what you want to do, what you want to pursue, and God will guide you. It's difficult because you don't know your future, but trust me, it will be worth it. Inhale, exhale. um, I just want to read another verse for you, if you don't mind. It's Proverbs 3, verse 5 to verse 6. It says, trust in the Lord with your heart. Never rely on what you think you know. Remember the Lord in everything that you do, and He will show you the right path. And then I'm going to read Hebrews 13, verse 5 that says, I will never leave you. I will never abandon you. So, it might be in a very long silent stage of your life or silent season of your life, but He is there. He will never leave you, will never make you feel abandoned. Even if you feel like He's abandoning you, He is not abandoning you. He's just there waiting for the right time to push you on the right path that you should be in. Hey, okay. Kali is preaching, eh? And God is not rushing you. He is not disappointed in you. He is not pacing heaven saying, oh wow, they're taking too long. The same God who wrote your calling also wrote the whole timing. And when people question your future, do not need to panic or over explain. Sometimes the most faithful request is simple. I'm trusting God with it. There's not avoidance, there's just maturity. Hey, I can prepare, I can with notes today, no? A gentle reminder of who God is. Let me remind you who you trust in. You trust in a God who sees the end from the beginning, a God who wastes nothing, not your waiting, not your tears, not your confusion, a God who is more invested in your future than anyone else questioning it. Even this season, even this uncertainty, even this pause, if God has you in a quiet season, is not punishment, it's preparation. It's love, it's protection. And I want to close off by saying, take a deep breath in and out. So, I want you to say it with me because I myself need this message today. I trust God with my life. My life. Whoever questions me, I'll say it's up to God. All I have to say. Okay? It might be difficult, it might be hard, but you have to believe it, okay? Don't let the devil's thoughts go into your head. Trust God and never ever stop believing and trusting in God, okay? So, as your big sister, we're doing this together, né? We're making this year a blessed year, a faithful year, and we are taking God with us this year. We are allowing Him to be with us this year. Okay? Okay. Well, that's the end of the video. And yeah, I want to end off by saying that I'm proud of you for how you're holding on and you're doing way better than you think. And God is not finished with you yet. And that's the most exciting thing. And I hope that this video, hopefully the person that is watching this video will find some comfort in it. And yeah, and I'll see you in my next one.